Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're the place where we really get into some fascinating topics, try to unpack the complicated stuff, and sometimes find, well, genius where you least expect it.
That's right.
And today we're definitely diving deep into the ocean to look at a creature that just seems, well, it seems wrong, biologically speaking. Like, picture this giant, flat, wobbly disc with this permanent kind of dazed look on its face. And no real tail. It's just so odd. You really have to wonder, how does this thing even make a living?
It's a fair question.
Okay, so let's get into it. We're talking about the ocean sunfish. Mola mola. For a lot of people, it's basically an evolutionary joke.
Yeah, it gets mocked quite a bit.
Totally. For looking so weird, for swimming kind of funny. But for this deep dive, we're going to push back on that. We want to figure out why something that seems so, badly designed, why it not only survives, but actually thrives all over the world's oceans. It's hiding some kind of evolutionary genius, isn't it?
Absolutely. And what's so fascinating, really, is that these things that look like weaknesses, they're actually central to its survival strategy. A really specialized one and incredibly effective, it turns out. So we won't just, describe it. We're going to dig into the why, why it matters in the big picture of ocean life. It might change how you think about, well, success in nature.
Yeah, I think it will. And trust us, by the end of this, you're going to know some pretty surprising things. You might have that aha moment, about how nature solves problems in these really weird ways. It might make you rethink what success even means for an animal.
Yeah.
So yeah, get ready to have some assumptions flipped.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's start with just the look of the thing. Because it really is a physical anomaly. It hits you right away.
Right.
People describe it as flat, like a huge pancake, super round. And yeah, the big thing is it looks like it's missing its tail fin, its caudal fin, which gives it this really unique swimming style. It's not like other fish. It's more like this undulating movement, almost like it's trying to fly underwater. It's kind of goofy, honestly.
It looks that way.
And it's not just odd-looking. It's massive. We're talking huge. These things can get as big as a small car.
Easily.
Like over 10 feet long and weigh,
Yeah.
what is it, over 5,000 pounds.
Yeah, the bigger ones can top 2 metric tons. It's staggering.
It really is. And the body plan itself is just bizarre. It's basically all head with hardly any body trailing behind it.
Pretty much, yeah.
The skeleton, almost no ribs, no proper tailbone. It's mostly cartilage and this gelatinous stuff.
Exactly. And those physical oddities, they're not just quirks. They're absolutely vital to how it lives.
Okay, how so?
Well, take buoyancy. Most bony fish, they use a swim bladder, right? An air sac to just hang there in the water.
Right, standard fish equipment.
The sunfish, nope. It
Okay.
uses that jelly-like tissue you mentioned. It's less dense than water, so it provides natural buoyancy. It just floats, basically, without much effort. Clever. So it doesn't need to waste energy swimming up or down all the time.
Precisely.
Wow.
Really efficient if you're not chasing fast stuff. And then there's the skin. It's unbelievably thick.
How thick are we talking?
It can be up to 6 inches, like 15 centimeters. And it's rubbery, covered in mucus. It's basically armor.
Wow. 6 inches?
Mm.
Against what?
Well, predators, maybe scrapes, parasites too, perhaps. And that face, sort of permanently surprised look. With the fused beak-like mouth and those big vacant eyes.
Yeah.
That's not just for show either. It's perfectly designed for how it eats, which we'll get to. Every weird bit plays a part. It all connects.
Okay, that thick skin, the weird buoyancy, those make sense as unique advantages, but it sounds like it still has some major issues to deal with, like parasites.
Oh, yeah.
I read they're basically swimming hotels for parasites, like over 50 different kinds, sometimes even parasites on the parasites. That sounds awful.
It does sound bad, doesn't it? And for a lot of animals, that level of infestation would be, well, fatal. It weakens them, makes it hard to feed, makes them easy prey. So how does the sunfish cope? It must have something up its sleeve. Or fin.
It does. It has some pretty cool behaviors. One of the most famous is sunbathing.
Sunbathing, like literally.
Pretty much. They'll go to the surface, often near coasts, and just lie flat on their side, exposing that huge body.
Why? Just to warm up.
Warming up is probably part of it, yeah, especially after deep dives. But the main reason seems to be parasite removal. It's like an invitation.
An invitation
For help. Seabirds, like gulls, will actually land on them. And cleaner fish, like wrasses, will swim up from below. And they all just pick off the external parasites.
No way, like a cleaning station at sea.
Exactly, a mobile cleaning station. It's this amazing symbiotic thing, kind of a biological spa day, and it's crucial for them.
That is brilliant and kind of funny to imagine. But okay, hanging out at the surface like that. Vulnerable, right? It can't move fast.
You hit it right there. That's the downside. Floating slowly near the top makes them really vulnerable to, well, us. Boat strikes are a huge problem.
Oh, propellers and hulls.
Yeah,
I can see that.
They just can't react quickly enough sometimes. So yeah, it's a trade-off. Get rid of parasites, but risk getting hit.
But what about natural predators? You mentioned the skin is like armor.
It is, but big predators can bite through it. What's fascinating, though, is what happens next. Big sharks, orcas, they might take a bite, but then they often just abandon it.
Abandon it. Why? Isn't a fish that big a good meal?
You'd think so.
Yeah.
But remember that gelatinous tissue. It's watery, super low in nutrients, and like you said, it's often riddled with parasites internally, too. It's just not worth the effort, calorically speaking.
Huh. So it tastes bad, or it's just not nutritious?
Probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
There are these amazing accounts of sea lions, for instance. They'll sometimes just eat the internal organs, the liver, the good bits,
Right.
and then they just discard the rest of the huge body. Sometimes they even, like, play with it, toss around like a giant floppy frisbee.
A frisbee. Oh, my God.
Yeah. So if you connect the dots, being sort of unappetizing and parasite-filled, it actually works as a defense. It's just not appealing prey. A really weird but effective strategy.
So being kind of gross is actually a survival superpower.
Yeah.
That completely flips the script.
Okay, speaking of things that seem like they shouldn't work, let's talk about its brain.
Ah, yes. The brain.
Prepare yourself for this, listener. This fish, potentially the size of a car, has a brain, roughly the size of a walnut.
It's true.
A walnut. How does that even compute? How does it navigate, find food, avoid danger with, well, with that, it seems impossible.
It's definitely one of the lowest brain-to-body ratios known. Way down there. And yeah, it implies pretty limited cognitive abilities, no complex problem-solving, no intricate hunting plans.
Yeah, it's just kind of bumping around out there.
Not exactly bumping, but its behavior is simple. What's surprising, though, is its temperament. People who dive with them often say they're docile, gentle, even curious.
Curious, with a walnut brain. Yeah, they might slowly approach divers or boats. No fear, apparently. And definitely no threat to humans. Maybe that lack of complex cognition means less fear, less aggression. It fits the overall strategy.
Yeah.
They don't need to be clever hunters or fighters.
Because they're tough and taste bad.
Partly, yeah. But it does raise that big question. If it's not smarts, what is the key to their success? How are they so widespread?
Okay, yeah. What's the secret?
It comes down to reproduction and growth. Like, on a scale that's hard to even imagine.
Go on.
Female sunfish are, well, they're egg-laying machines.
Mm.
They can produce hundreds of millions of eggs at a time.
Hundreds of millions.
More than any other vertebrate on the planet. It's just staggering numbers.
But most must die, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The vast, vast majority perishes at tiny larvae. But the sheer volume means some will make it. It's a numbers game.
A massive numbers game.
And for the lucky few that survive, the strategies grow incredibly fast.
How fast are we talking?
Okay, get this. A tiny larva, like the size of a pinhead, it can increase its weight 60 million times to reach adult size.
60 million. I can't even picture that.
Think of it like this. Imagine a human baby growing over its lifetime to become as heavy as an aircraft carrier.
Whoa. Okay, that's insane. Aircraft carrier growth.
It's the largest growth factor known in the animal kingdom. So the strategy isn't brain power. It's sheer numbers and just outgrowing everything as fast as physically possible. Get big, get tough quick.
Right, outgrow the things that might eat you when you're small.
Yep.
Okay, that makes a kind of brute force sense. But here's where it gets really weird for me.
Go on.
To fuel that growth, to maintain that massive size, you'd think it needs high-energy food, right? Like tuna, sharks, chasing down substantial prey.
Logically, yes.
But nope. The ocean sunfish specializes in eating jellyfish, mostly jellyfish, which are famously low in calories, like mostly water.
Yep, thousands of them a day, along with other soft-bodied stuff like salps, squid, crustaceans, plankton, basically whatever's soft and drifting around.
It's like a giant sea cow, just grazing on watery jello all day. How does that even work?
It is kind of like grazing, yeah. And the feeding mechanism is, again, perfectly suited, even if it looks clumsy.
How does it eat them? Doesn't have big teeth, right?
No biting teeth in the mouth. It sucks the prey into its small mouth. But then further down in its throat, it has these specialized teeth, pharyngeal teeth.
Throat teeth.
Yeah, long ones. They don't bite, they shred. They trap the jellyfish and just grind them up, like a slow-motion food processor or a wood chipper, maybe.
Slow motion wood chipper for jellyfish. Okay. Got it.
It's not about power. It's about continuous processing.
Mm.
Sucking in, shredding, sucking in more.
Yeah.
It's efficient for that kind of food.
So it's optimized for jellyfish and other squishy things.
Exactly. For soft, gelatinous prey, you don't need a shark's bite. You need volume and a way to break it down constantly. It lets them process thousands a day, extracting what little nutrition there is from this really abundant but low-value food source.
So all these things we thought were weaknesses. The weird shape, the slow speed, the jelly-like body, the bad taste, the tiny brain, even the weird diet, they all actually fit together.
Perfectly. They connect directly to its ecological role. People call them the cows of the ocean.
Cows of the ocean, I like that.
Because, yeah, like cows, they're big, slow, constantly grazing on low-calorie, abundant food. They're exploiting a niche. They eat the jellyfish blooms that other big predators mostly ignore.
Because it's not worth the energy for, say, a tuna.
Exactly. So the sunfish has this whole food source largely to itself. And that's the genius, isn't it? Its resilience, its global range. It all comes from these weird adaptations. Nature being funny, maybe, but incredibly effective. It found a way to succeed by being, well, by being bad at being a typical fish.
Wow. Okay, so let's wrap this up. What does this all mean for you listening? This fish, the mola mola, often laughed at, called useless or derpy. It's actually this marvel of specialized evolution. Well, it looks like a mistake, being slow, parasite-ridden, not very nutritious, kind of dim-witted. It's actually an incredibly clever package of adaptations. It totally flips what we think of as good design.
It really does. The sunfish just thrives by playing a different game.
Yeah.
It exploits a niche where being, bad at the usual stuff is actually the winning strategy. It's a great reminder that evolution doesn't have just one goal, like be faster or be smarter.
There's no single path to success.
Not at all. It's all about adapting to your specific circumstances, using what you've got. The sunfish found its own very unique path, and it works beautifully.
So here's something to think about as you go about your day. What else out there, maybe in nature, maybe even in our own lives, do we just dismiss? Things we might call flawed or dumb or inefficient.
Mm.
Could it be that they're actually perfectly adapted for a role we just haven't understood yet? What hidden genius might be right there in plain sight, just waiting for you to take a deeper dive?